Now that we have some ammunition, let's also make it move once it's spawned in. For the speed, let's create an export variable and use the process function to move. First we need to get the direction, and we'll use the global position into the direction of the planet center at 0. For now we can just use translate to move it in the direction of the planet, multiplied by delta and the speed. I'm not happy with using vector 0 for the planet center, because what if we want to move it, or have multiple planets? We need to get the planet position, so we need to make information from the game object available to the rest of the game. Let's use our global singleton for this, and create a function where it retrieves this from the game object. For this we first need to create a reference to the game in our global script. Our game object is loaded in, so it needs to be an onReady var. It's the same as our root node, so we can use getTree, getRoot, getNode with our name to get it. So let's take a look in our game object how to get the planet. Now we're just adding it as a child without keeping any reference, so let's keep one. Just create a var with the type planet and fill it from the addPlanet function. And now from the global we can access the planet property and get the position. From the splatter we can ask for the planet center from global and fill it in our direction formula. Now it will move when spawned in, and to spawn it in we'll go to the cannon script. I want our cannon to look like a cannon later and exist in the world, so let's make it a Nodd3D for now and turn our script into a class so it can be created by another script. In our process function we can check if the fire button has been pressed, and if so we can spawn a splatter. For our fire button, let's open the project settings and add space, for example. Our cannon is part of our player, so let's make it add one when the player is spawned in itself. Now when we press the fire key, the cannon will fire a splatter towards the planet. When we move after firing, however, the splatter will somehow follow us. This is because the player is added under the game, the cannon under the player, and the splatter under the cannon, and when you add a child, it will be added under the position and rotation of the parent. So the splatter needs to be added directly under the game. Luckily our global can now supply us with a reference to the game, and we just have to change our cannon script slightly. Now that we add it under the game, the splatter is added at 0, so we need to give it the position of the cannon it's fired from. Let's make our splatter variable, set the position to the global position of the cannon, and add this splatter as the child. Now when we fire, it doesn't matter if we move the player, the splatter goes its own way. Let's give the splatter a color, so it's visible against the black background, and watch as the splatters are fired towards the planet.